known for that. He is known for his presence. He's athletic. He's really well. I love that just a few weeks ago, training together. How you hit a new athlete?
He didn't mean to.
I mean, come on. You know, we have
Let's go.
Great transition into the block. Easy with it. Coming in, and he just and here it is. He's on that with plenty of time.
He needs to beat 4 reps.
There's one nice and easy. Going with the touch and go that we saw Sean do before. I mean,
He's got 2 down.
Down. 2.
Yes, come on.
nice.
Got
Down.
Reps. High first place right now.
I wonder if
Down.
Based on how he's doing, I don't think so. He's going for number 6. Again, he's making a statement here. Still proud a little bit, Mr. Cambi. There it is. There it's number 6. With time to spare still. Going for number 7. Yes. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. He's going to go. This Cambi. Everybody calls
7 reps. After pressing a 30-pound wall. That's why we saved the favorite league.
I think he needed to, and I see Brittany is chatting with him right now.
Of course. I wanted to viper it. I wanted to press the block. And I was ready for that dumbbell. I've been training that since the pandemic, since April of 2020. That was the only argument I had.
So
That felt good. Good. It was fast. Let's get through the press and get some dumbbell reps. And
injuries are inevitable at this point, aren't they? It's just a matter of showing up and doing it. Now you're trying to be very calm, and I get that that was your fear. That was very well executed. So good luck the rest of the day.
So here we are. We're coming back. Nick Cambi coming in on this on the Farmers Duck Walk medley, and you know, obviously Nick proved himself as an amazing presser. He can move really well, you know.
But will he?
And that's
Yes. The answer is yes.
wow.
He's flying right now.
And you can see the determination on his face.
Sprinting with 320 pounds per hand. That's what that was. That
Good,
was
solid transition into this duck walk, and this is a guy that is he's trained
moving
hard
very well with it. You know, with Nick, one thing about Nick, he could be international. Absolutely. More so internationally than in the States. There's more duck walk. And I think it's showing. He's doing a great job.
Wow.
That was very fast.
A little bit of stumble there at the end, but an unbelievable time.
Unbelievable.
Cambi. I mean, just
Again, he was sprinting with 320 pounds per hand.
coming in and just proving why he's a favorite for this event.
Absolutely. Kind of in a corner.
Absolutely. And here we go with Nick. Again, he can move well, taking his time, being methodical, but moving
with a
quick
sense of
that
purpose right
Fingal.
there.
Again, this drag is where we're seeing it's kind of the make or break for the athletes, but a quick transition.
Very good.
into
A little bit of a stumble there.
He corrected it very well, though.
Very well. He is moving. Last event of the day, too, and he's moving this well.
You know, he's moved.
So now he's
that
feeling
grit.
it.
He's going for it. He's got to dig in right now.
Right now, this is it right there.
Awesome performance
Good.
from Nick Cambi today. That's
Exactly what he
gonna
needs.
set him up for a great day 2.
He's right.
Always a showman.
The consummate showman.
Oh gosh. So we're tossing it over now.
Is he riding his pony? Get any points.
Exactly. So Nick Cambi coming up on the keg toss. Nick has had a stellar weekend so far. He is, I mean, he just exudes happiness and confidence.
He's very confident right now. He's cruising. He's very strong.
He's explosive as heck too.
A little bit of a
tough
mishap
mid-
there. He let go a little early. Let's see if he can recover.
I think
There,
Nick
no
will
problem.
recover from that
I
pretty
will
well.
say, as you can see, and just knowing Nick, this is kind of a weakness on the throwing. He's worked very hard on it, but it has never come naturally to him like it does some people.
I mean, I can definitely,
And he's settled down. I think he needs to settle down a little bit here and get a
he
little bit
needs
of that
to get the
confidence
reps.
back.
He needs
Yes.
to get the reps, right? You know, we've seen a couple of guys get all 8. He
No,
does have
there
a
we
lead.
go. Now he's
Very
settling.
nice job.
He had the jitters,
needs,
I think.
He needs to keep this technique, keep this pace.
Oh, he went back a little bit.
Decent lead for him so far going into today. Great day 1. you know, having a little misstep here, though, which is going to make him really try to work to secure one of those spots.
He's definitely not cruising through today.
You know, I think that's one of the misconceptions that athletes make all the time as well is he has a very strong Olympic lifting background.
Absolutely.
But sometimes that doesn't transfer to a throwing event. And I can speak to that from experience myself.
Right.
I, you know, historically have been split jerking, very powerful overhead with that movement, but throwing is just a different beast.
It's
He gets the 50-pound
keg
keg over.
right there.
Not
He's
a great
happy with
performance. He's not happy because now he knows he has to kind of turn it on and hit another gear
What he needs to do
going
is just
into
kind of
the
sit
last
down.
event.
It's okay to be down yourself a little bit, but you got to just sit down and get over it because you got more events today.
Absolutely. There's 2 more events. There's a lot of points on the board for him
Absolutely.
still. So I think Nick is still in an okay spot. He's
Absolutely.
statically strong. He's got a great squat coming up.
Yes, he does.
And when it comes to a medley, he's just going to go to work.
Yep.
So we're going to turn it over to the squat event for on the keg toss. Currently tied for first with Josh Eisel. We saw Josh Eisel not get a rep.
Right.
So he zeroed that event. Nick needs some reps here.
He does. And I know Nick very well, obviously. And he's a good squatter. He's not a bad squatter at all. So I think he's going to get some reps here.
I try to put myself in the head of these athletes,
Very
and I'm
confident.
hoping.
I love the way he walked that
hoping
out.
that keg toss didn't get into his head too much.
Absolutely. And I think he's grown as a competitor with things like that won't get in his head.
Nick Cambi needs
He
this
needs
rep.
rep.
Fell
Way
forward a
to
little
fight.
bit, but he got the
He
rep.
pitched forward, but he got
I'm
it.
hoping he can recompose himself to get at least one more.
Absolutely.
Taking a little long time here, though.
I think that first rep took a lot out of him.
Wavering. Goes on the down. Comes
And
up
he
with a
got
second rep.
Easy second rep.
Surprising after that much time.
Amazing that he was able to do that. That's something you don't see often.
It isn't, but
It's
I
hard
think
to recover.
he knows what he needs to do. He's a seasoned competitor. He's been in the game for a long time.
Absolutely.
Taking a long time here, but if he can get a third rep, this is great points for Nick Cambi. And he's on his
Look
way
at
up,
this.
getting the
He
tip
knows
through.
what
He gets 3 reps on the squat.
Nick is very self-aware, and he knows that he does better preparing and not rushing. And I think that's
3
what
reps,
we saw.
though.
He rushed the first one, and he calmed himself down, and he got the reps.
I think 3 reps, though. It
3
might
reps.
be first place in his group.
I think he might have.
Nick Cambi
yes.
coming out with a first place finish in that squat helps him a lot.
That makes up for that keg and puts him back in the driver's seat.
So heading over to the odd direct load, we have Tommy Sharp. A decent performance, but he does have a comfortable lead.
You know,
going into this event.
I think as long as he doesn't zero, I think he's actually.
And Nick, you know, knowing Nick as an athlete, he's still gonna take off like a bat out of hell into this event. Nice and easy,
There he goes with
comfortable
that
pick
block.
on that block. Quick load.
Oh, and he's being smart.
One
he's doing
implement.
it.
He knew what he needed. This is a smart move. This is a veteran move from Nick
Conserving
Cambi.
his energy.
Nick Cambi knew going into this event he had the points. He had the
He
points.
knew what he was doing.
And he needed to not zero. And that's exactly what he did. He just needed one implement to secure a spot in the finals for tomorrow. Absolutely unbelievable performances throughout
Today,
the weekend.
all right, despite everything working against us today, it was a great event. These guys.
We have Nick
Nicolas
Cambi
Cambi.
coming up. Nick is from Massachusetts. He is a veteran of the sport and an amazing overhead presser.
Very good overhead presser. Working that bar up his body. Easy, clean.
Unbelievable clean, great mobility, and a quick
and the
press.
fastest press I've seen today.
I mean,
wow.
I'm not surprised by that from Nick Cambi.
Absolutely.
I think as the weight gets heavier, we're going to see a little guy. He tends to be much better at the moving events.
Right.
You know, statically, obviously very strong to be one of the top 11 in the world.
Right.
But I think he's going to be able to make up those points later today.
I do think so. I think he's got a great performance.
Over to Nick Cambi. Now, he, again, is one of the favorites for this event. He hit
Absolutely.
a big axle in training, 415 pounds.
Yep, in training, he had that huge axle on this implement, I believe.
So
Big
we're at
axle. And
343, and that clean.
yeah,
Oh.
push press.
Nick Cambi is here to make a statement this week.
That was an amazing press right there. The
That was-
technical ability he has.
Bowing out after a lift of 343, but again, that's not a bad place to be.
Not a bad.
I mean,
bad
he's sitting
place
in
at all.
5th place right now.
He can't be mad at that performance. He got a mid 300 lift.
Absolutely
A bunch of guys failed that lift, so he got some points he needed.
So now we have Nick Cambi stepping up. Nick has made these lifts look effortless so far.
So far, he has not been challenged in this event, and I'm interested to see when he starts trying.
Working that cleanup
Fast.
so fast. Wow.
I guess that took a little more than 1 millisecond, so
Wow.
but it was still fast.
I
Wow.
mean, Nick Cambi, you know, He said he was coming in here confident.
Yep.
He is here to really make a statement.
He's absolutely confident in himself and his abilities, and he's earned that, I believe, with his years of performance. And the
Far, I think this should go.
yeah, I think it is. I think he's coming up right now.
Nick is a confident lifter. He has so much fun when he's performing.
Absolutely. He's running solo. All eyes on him. I can't wait to see him do this.
397 pounds for Nick Cambi. And here we go with the clean.
Working up his body. Very
Fantastic
quick,
transition.
Push press.
And he gets the push press. I mean,
Look at him. He's loving this.
Nick Cambi is loving life right now.
He's
What a
loving
great
life
event
right
to
now.
start off for Nick Cambi.
Amazing. Amazing
So-
performance.
Now we have an interesting situation. So we are here, day 3 at Clash on the Coast in beautiful Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. The crowd is pumped because we are about to see potentially
A world
a
record.
world record
Another
lift from
world
Nick
record.
Cambi. So
The 6th of the weekend.
the 6th record of the weekend, just absolutely crazy weekend here at Hilton Head. So exciting. Now we just, crossed our T's, dotted our I's,
We did.
did some research to make sure we give you all the correct information. The current axle clean and press world record held by Andrew Clayton of the USA is currently set at 414 pounds.
Which is otherworldly weight to begin with.
Absolutely crazy. And we just found out, triple check the math on the bar, we are going to 417 pounds for Nick Cambi.
And I'm so excited. I know he's worked so hard, not only for this event overall, but the overhead press. He's just put so much work in over the years. And this is the culmination of a decade of work for this man.
I think the best thing about this too is Nick has been a great friend of both of ours for a long time.
Absolutely.
He's been in the sport for a long time, and over the past year or so, he's really come into his own. And this lift is going to solidify him as one of the top 105s in the world. We've all known it for a while.
And I'll tell you what, we want to talk about weight and how impressive this is. This weight at a giant slab at an open weight class is not going to be hit by nearly everybody.
I mean, personally, I've done this event at a open heavyweight professional show. It was at the Giants Live North America in 2019, and from my memory, there was only 5 guys that hit this weight.
It's hard. It's not
This
easy.
is a big weight. This is a big press, especially on a fixed axle after 2 days of competition.
I tell
I
you what,
mean-
I didn't make it easy on these boys making it fixed axle.
Absolutely not. But there is a standard that we have to, have to
Absolutely.
reach in strongman. And when we look at axle clean and presses, the most notable world records are when it is on a fixed axle.
Absolutely. And looks like we're getting ready. We're getting ready to go here. Looks like he is chalking up, getting his belt on.
Nick is getting everybody behind him.
Yeah, they're excited. Everyone's like in hushed silence right now because they just want to see this happen.
I think they know the gravity of the situation.
It's the calm before the storm.
They know, I think everybody is kind of holding their breath and everybody's a little bit on edge. We've
Absolutely.
seen a lot of successful records throughout the weekend
Absolutely.
so far. And I think, we all want to see Nick Cambi come through.
Yep.
You and I know he is capable of this lift.
He's absolutely
He's done this in training.
It looks like we're cutting to Nick
Here
Cambi
we
right
go.
now.
Nick Cambi walking up to the platform
Wow.
for a lift.
Listen to the crowd right now.
417 pounds.
The other athletes are behind him.
Everybody wants this lift to happen.
Everybody.
Here we go. The clock starts. The clean is the big thing for
Working
Nick.
up his body.
He
Got
gets
the
the
clean.
clean to his shoulders. And Nick
Look
Cambi
that world
hits the
record,
downfall.
baby. Wow, look at him. Look at him go.
This is
Let's
fantastic.
go, man. Holy that.
He's taking a step. He's taking a note out of
Amazing.
Derek Poundstone's book there.
That was the Poundstone move.
Derek
Wow.
Poundstone he pulled that back at the Mohegan Sun Super Series back in 2010.
That's confident. He's
What an
riding his horse out of
amazing
here.
lift and performance from Nick Cambi. He is
He is
jacked
pumped.
up.
Where's he going? Oh, goodness
Wow.
gracious.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, what a day to start off day 3 of the finals of Clash on the Coast.
Wow. We got a world record, a dominating performance, and we're going to head and reset for the Fingal Fingers coming up next. We're going to cut the commercial right about now. Cambi with the Fingals. This is a wild card event for Nick Cambi coming up. I've seen him do it a little bit in training, not a lot. So I don't know how he's going to do. I know that he's very confident and he's
He's
the ability.
athletic. He can move well. But can it all come together for him right in this
And
moment?
that's really all that matters.
I think the important thing, too, is, today, regardless of how these athletes performed in the past 2 days,
Correct.
everybody started with a clean slate today. So
Everyone.
while Nick Cambi did just hit a world record, he still only has a 1-point lead over Tommy Sharp.
Very true. Going up
Here we
right
go
now.
with Nick Cambi right now.
Very fast.
Moving fast. A little bit of a bobble, but it
he's
looks like
pushing well.
he's trying to make up for it. Onto the third finger.
Better clean on there.
Very great
Rebound
job.
into
And he
very
is
good
pushing
time.
hard.
Very competitive time.
I love that technique from Nick Cambi, pushing it down
Yep.
onto the pad because again, the time doesn't start until the implement hits the ground.
And that's
It
when
doesn't
the time
stop
goes.
then. So
Exactly.
amazing performances from all the athletes here. Such a great day so far. This is so
Absolutely.
exciting. So right now we are done with the Fingal fingers.
It looks like, yep, we were going to move on to
Trying
the
to
car
get-
walk. You good?
Alrighty, and we are back with Nick Cambi, who is in the car walk. Little bit of a mishap here. I mean,
The suspension broke on the car. That's what happened.
that's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool.
Right.
And there's Nick moving with this.
Nick looks comfortable.
This is the best I've seen.
This is the best we've seen all day.
Amazing.
I was talking with Nick Best, the head judge of this event, before this. He said a lot of the guys were
He
taking
is
a wider
moving
stance.
very well. I got to
This
tell
is
you,
an impressive
this is
performance.
incredible.
And Nick
That is how you do it. That's how you make it.
cruising through the course.
He just watched 8 people fail, the car break, and then he has the blistering time.
That was, I mean, and this again,
Wow.
not surprising from Nick Cambi.
You know,
All
we were
of the
getting that. We
athletes-
were a little sad over here, like, no, this is really heavy, and then Nick makes it look light.
All of the athletes coming into this weekend kind of realized he was going to be the guy to beat, and he is proving everybody right with his performances so far.
That was close to Richie's Keg Throws from yesterday for excitement for me.
Absolutely fantastic performance from Nick Cambi.
Wow.
He did such a great job on that. So exciting. And, you know, as I was mentioning, I was talking to head judge Nick Best about this event, and the one thing that he's noticed was a lot of the guys were taking a very wide base shoe, and that is what Richie Mo has just done for Nick Cambi. Nick Cambi needs to come into this. He needs a rep.
He does.
Nick
He needs
Cambi
a rep.
needs a rep on this implement.
He needs 1 rep to keep the lead. Wow. This is pretty wild.
Nick knows it. He is set. As you mentioned, he's a good trap bar deadlifter. Let's see if that translates to this today. It can be pulling hard.
through that
He
is
gets
how
a
you
rep.
do it.
There it is.
Wow. Look at
Painful
him
too.
go.
He gets
Nicolas
to.
Cambi, not known for his deadlifting, and look at him go. Tying Tyler
Gets a
Young.
third. If he gets a 4,
And he just wants to tie.
pull it there.
He's asking for time, I
So he
think.
needs one more rep to take the second place outright.
So only 4 people got a rep. He's going for it.
Sean Shoemaker is comfortably in first place in this event. Nick Cambi, if he can lock up a 10-point lead, at 10 points on this event, that's going to give him a considerable lead going into the final event.
He's going, fighting for that.
He gets the down call.
That's
4 reps for
amazing.
Nick Cambi for a second place finish.
Wow. What an
That
amazing
is
competitor.
absolutely fantastic.
I think we're looking at the best 105K on the planet. On the
Unbelievable
planet.
performance from Nicolas Cambi.
Wow.
This is fantastic. We are excited. We are hyped up.
I'm going to go give him a hug.
We have one more event coming to you. After this, we have the Trump Stone or the Manhood Stone coming up. Unbelievable. These athletes.
Nobody's been able to budget stone. I think the 500 stone moved better than the
It did.
465 actually. It's very interesting.
Nick Cambi getting the crowd behind him. Again, he knows this. If he does this for
He's
one
a
rep,
rep.
1 rep is all he needs. Nick has loaded 450 pounds in training.
Oh, that slid on him right off the bat. That tacky doesn't seem to be too sticky.
I think that's the problem is the heat is getting to the
Oh.
gets it to the lap.
As we said, that exploded off. Good, get that low, Nick.
He's got to get those glutes in behind it. Oh,
Not
just
quite.
Not
Just
enough
missed it.
power. Great up into the
Fantastic
lap.
effort. Wow.
But just unfortunately not to get it up and over
Once
that
he
bar.
found his grip, that flew off the
It
ground.
really did. But you can just see how much that posterior chain really is. Cambi coming in 420 pounds. Again, this is a monumental lift for Nick Cambi. If he is able to load this over the bar,
He wins.
he wins the
wins.
show. We know he was able to pick the 465 with ease, but he just lost the glutes on the load. So here we go at 420 pounds for Nicolas Cambi.
Good lap.
Able to get it to the lap.
Good
And
look.
there
He
it
just
is for
secured the win.
Cambi.
Nicolas Cambi. The strongest 105 on the planet. I will say that right now.
Nicolas Cambi is just
Dominating
solidified
performance.
himself as our Clash on the Coast
Clash
champion.
on the
However,
champion.
we still have a race for those last two
We're still
podium
fighting
spots.
for podium. We're still fighting for money. We're still fighting for respect.
So we're
Amazing.
jumping back up to the top of the order with Josh. Great job.
Oh no, you know the song.
In second place, Richie Mo.
Great job.
And in first place, your Clash on the Coast champion, Nick Cambi.
Thanks, man.
Best 105 in the world.
That
Is that a joust?
This is from Tsunami Bar.
To the winner.
No, I already have one. So this one goes to Richie.
Thank you to everybody. All the athletes destroyed your bodies this weekend. Thank you so much. Tommy, for your ass. Thank you, man.
You got it.
Guys, for double my Hey, come on, fly. Oh, yeah. The audio went out.